You're listening to the Davey Mac Sports Program on the Riotcast Network, riotcast.com.
It's the Davey Mac Sports Program.
Now there's a steal by Bird. Underneath the DJ, lays it in. Right up, 1 second left. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan. Oh, wow. In your life have you seen anything like that? No good. Wide right. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it. The band is out on the field. He's going to go in the end zone. He's going to go in the end zone. The Bears have won. The Bears have won. Oh, my God. You believe in miracles? Yes.
It's the Davey Mac Sports Program here on riotcast.com. And here's your host, Dave McDonald.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Sean Barrett.
Yeah.
I have never heard an introduction like that before in my entire life. You sound smooth. You sound like a professional, my friend. You sound like the champion of champions, my daddy.
Yeah, we are the champions.
In fact, we are such professionals. You know, when a radio show, I don't care if you're online, if you're on satellite, if you're on terrestrial, when a studio is going through a major renovation / transition,
Yeah.
that's it. The radio show cancels the week or the summer, and that's it. Not the Davey Mac Sports Program, Daddy.
Yeah.
And so tonight, it's a very special episode, a very erotic episode between Shawno and myself, Eastside Dave McDonald, Davey Mac, the sports master. It's just us tonight. I give Shawno all the credit in the world. We're doing this via Skype, but I did buy professional Snowball microphones. Yeah. So it's just fun to say that me and Shawno will be snowballing each other for the next few weeks. Yep. Yes, we will. Well, next week we're going to be doing it, and then the week after that we are on vacation. But then we're still going to be doing it in the summertime, all summer long. We decided not to let this, this crazy SkinnyMan 1.0 is changing into SkinnyMan 2.0, right, Sean O.B.?
Yeah, SkinnyMan 1.0 is no longer. It doesn't exist anymore.
It's gone. It's dead.
I cleaned the shit out of that place.
It's over.
It's weird.
So good night. Did you guys at least burn it down or at least use the piss hole is what we referred to that thing. In the stairwell, for those of you who don't know, there was a hole there, and we always fantasized about pissing in it. And then sometimes we'd feel guilty, and Roy would say, I actually pay rent here, thousands of dollars in rent, so you can't piss in that hole. But we say it's perfect. It actually was perfectly aligned with all of our genitals. Well, I should say me, Shawno, and Pepper, who are 6 feet over. It was aligned with Roy's chin, because everyone knows he's about 3'8". I
did in fact get a chance to piss, jizz, and shit and bleed into it. So
yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that that my family can't hear you on my end. I'm just using good old fashioned radio headphones, so any of the disgusting filth that you say just goes into only my earbuds and my earbuds alone. It is very bizarre because I'm doing this program. Now, it looks like you're doing it from where? Your basement there?
Yeah, I'm in the basement. There's no other place for me to set up. Right now, the wife and kids are out, and they will be out until 8 o'clock. It's 6:45 now, so we got time without disturbances.
That's a brilliant plan.
Perfect.
My plan was the same thing. I wanted the family. I said, here's a couple dollars. Let's go to the pizzeria or whatnot, like this and that. and yet they hit the pizzeria at 4:30 and are back here. So I'm doing it from Smoke Zone 2.0,
Right.
which is my living room.
Yeah, you can't smoke in there.
I'm not in the proper smoke zone tonight, Shano, which is the garage, which is the true blue smoke zone where it gets like a Jimi Hendrix song. You know, it gets very, very psychedelic and weird. But this is Smoke Zone 2.0, which is my living room. I have the Yankee game on. I figured for now I'm gonna keep it here on Smoke Zone 2.0 because the laptop gets the best internet connection here. So that's important for the show.
Yeah, good call.
But at the same time, because I'm doing it from my living room, yeah, my daughter's like, she's in her bedroom and she has the door closed, and my son's upstairs, the door closed. Everyone's in their various bedrooms or places of comfort with the doors closed. But I'm sure at some point there might be a disaster. I can't predict the future. I can only call the truth, my friend. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, you're a truth teller.
Yeah, master. Exactly. So how are you tonight, my friend Sean O'Barry?
I'm doing well. It's been weird. Working over at Roy's house, it's a little weird. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time,
does he masturbate on you?
What's that?
Does he masturbate on you often? Does that happen?
Well, he just doesn't. He's like a weird 16-year-old boy. He just constantly masturbating.
Ew.
He goes in dry. He doesn't even need lube.
Yeah. See, that's why I never. I think I did go into Roy's house that one time when before me and you went to Anthony Cumia's house for the was that a Christmas party or a Halloween party? I don't remember.
Halloween.
All I remember about that was you and I have a lot to apologize for. We single-handedly ruined the karaoke night. And it wasn't like, one of the usual rowdier karaokes where there's all kinds of people, crazy radio people and that. It was a lot of nice Italian elderly
all his family.
Right. And yet we somehow thought it was just going to be like a crazy radio thing. So before the karaoke party, we actually went back. We went behind the swimming pool and toked up on some good old-fashioned reefer there. Mm-hmm. And I do remember just singing some goddamn fucking song, and then at one point looking at Shano, and he had a case of the giggles, and I had a case, and then and so I'm then had a case of the giggles into the microphone. So the Italian people just saw a redhead. And by the way, Italians and Irish sometimes, sometimes they don't get along. Now I'm from Jersey. I have a lot of Italian friends, but in the history, early 1900s, the Italians and Irish sometimes would butt heads. I think some of those older Italian people are like seeing the fucking devil. They see an Irish redhead guy laughing into the microphone with flying saucers for eyeballs. I have no idea.
And some other lunatic Kraut Mick just laughing, drunk, and just enjoying every bit of your nonsense on the stage.
I know. Well, at one point, because we were doing karaoke, and Roy then also set up his keyboard. So at one point, even though Anthony's karaoke machine was going on to like a Meatloaf song or something, I just shouted at Roy like Jim Morrison, "Play the goddamn theme to Cheers! Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. I am the Lizard King." Yeah, so I'm screaming at Roy, "Play the theme to Cheers." It was such an embarrassment of riches, though, is what I say. So the right before that, I went to Roy's house, and it looked like a nice, wholesome family home. But I always felt like there was a trap door, with spikes, sort of like a David Fincher movie, where I didn't know if there were going to be like a spiked dildo that was going to pop out from behind a bookshelf or something.
Yeah, he's got like a torture chamber somewhere in there. I haven't found it yet.
Exactly. Lots of. I just felt like the GIMP was about to be unveiled at any moment, or someone in leather. I can't say if it was the GIMP, but some sort of retarded person wearing a leather mask. You know what I'm saying?
I was hearing a lot of scratching noises behind the walls. I didn't know what that was. Maybe that's the GIMP.
It's a goddamn Edgar Allan Poe short story is what it was. It was the fucking Telltale Heart over there. I see you're drinking beer. I like that. I don't want any of the old traditions to change.
Yeah, why would I do that?
It's weird Skyping you. I actually feel like I see you more now than when we actually do the show.
Yeah, normally you see the back of my head.
Yeah. I didn't even know that you had blue eyes until just now when we're looking at each other's face. Well, now you're blinking like a little baby doll, and that's making me uncomfortable.
Oh, you like it.
Or getting me a little excited. What's weird, I've never dressed down for the history of the Davey Mac Sports Program.
No, you haven't.
But tonight, oh man, I'm wearing a pair of 1987 Chris Pepper Stanley Umbros. I'm wearing my Cheers. Speaking of Cheers, my Cheers T-shirt there.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you can see it.
It's a little dark.
And just a pair of socks. You haven't changed at all. You have a hat.
Yeah.
You've got a shirt on.
Yeah, I went somewhere today.
Yeah. So I was surprised by that. And now I feel like a dirty, dirtbaggish dirt head.
Want me to take my shirt off? Would that make you more?
No.
Oh.
I don't want that. Again, my family could pop out at any second. And if Daddy is Skyping to a shirtless Sean O'Barry,
Yeah.
lots of questions are going to be raised, okay?
Like, why didn't you do this sooner?
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Daddy, is this what we've always heard about? There's always been a rumor of my two dads. Is this the other one? And I'm going to have to say yes, children. Yep. That's your other daddy, Sean O'Barry. Or you could call him Sean O'Daddy, in fact. That would be an easy way to do it. I don't want to confuse my son. He's upstairs. My son. Well, okay, we'll get into sports right now because the U.S. women, God bless them. Last week I did the show there, Shauno, with Pepper, who did want me to inform you that he's at his physical therapist tonight, but will be out of the physical therapist by next Wednesday.
Wow.
So he says, yes,
Soon.
he's going to be there for a week. So, but he says he will be joining us via Skype. So there'll be a third Skyper on the Davey Mac Sports Program, which will be Pepper. Now, and we're not anticipating Roy all summer long, or maybe a surprise appearance later down in
he might
August.
He might actually do next week. He was
oh really?
Yeah, he was contemplating tonight, but he's still got a lot on his plate. But he might do next week. We'll see.
Well, who's ready to jump in? Crazily enough, I have to field probably, I would say, 8 texts from this person a day. And Flutzy wanted to. She wanted to join in, but I blamed it all on you, Sean. I hope you don't mind.
I don't mind.
I said Shano can't figure out how to take your call. Meanwhile, it's Skype. I believe it's like calls for free.
Pretty much, yeah. You just need a computer or even your phone.
So if she has a telephone, she could call us next week, maybe.
Telephone, no. I don't have that rig here, but I can do a Skype. Good. If she can Skype from her smartphone and figure that whole shit out, then...
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
well, I'm thinking
fine.
She could probably call in with her phone using that microphone and headpiece, but call the Skype number.
Right.
I don't know. We'll let her figure it out. I told her. That's on you, Flutzy.
Yeah, I still got to figure out this group thing, Skype call. Right now, it's just me and you. We haven't gotten that far. We haven't gotten 3 people involved. Wanted to do the test yesterday, but Pepper's computer ate a bad sandwich or something.
Yeah, there's something crazy, and there's physical therapy, and there's all kinds of nonsense. So that's the deal with that. But he promises that he'll be there next Wednesday. My feeling is don't fucking bet a goddamn M&M on it. In fact, don't bet for Roy. Don't bet for Flutzy. Bet for Sean and O until September when SkinnyMan 2.0 opens up.
All right.
Now, back to these wonderful women of America. So you didn't hear, but last week I was all about. I was destroying the English women's team because it was an English girl with literally seconds to go before extra time. Seconds to go, she scores on her own fucking goal. This English woman.
Wait, it was an own goal?
It was an own goal.
Oh, my God.
Which, by the way, got Japan. It was England versus Japan. It would have been America-England, which would have been a little 1776, yo.
Part due.
Goddamn. Woo, part. And that would have been awesome because the game was actually on July 5th. So we still had a little, Independence Day hangover, and we could have kept that fucking anti-English sentiment going on. Maybe even had, invited British Joel to Skype in so we could just basically mock him for 60 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
But instead, this fucking choke artist of a British defender scores on their own goddamn goal. So Japan advances. My point was for last week that I don't know why everyone's taking it easy on her. I saw all these tweets and all these things on social media and people being kind to this person. Oh, keep your head up. Oh, well, if this could happen, anyone. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me. I didn't see nobody fucking tweeting Bill Buckner when the goddamn ball went through his legs in 86, Sean O.B.
They wanted to murder him. You think it's because it's women's sports? They're taking it easy on her?
Yeah, I absolutely do. And that's why I brought up last week that I believe it's reverse sexism in a weird way. And I think it's oddly, it's sexist against women and against men. Yeah, but it's like you're patting the women on the head like they're a little infant. No. Nice boys. Don't play rock and roll. No, baby. Okay? No, we don't placate in sports. We call the fucking person out. And to condescend her is actually, it's devaluing women. It's saying they're not as important as, because if this happened as a male athlete, this guy, in fact, I actually thought about this after last week. So I'm bringing last week back up because I wanted to bring up this point. It was very interesting because it came up on ESPN, which probably took advantage of it. But there's a show called 30 for 30. That's the ESPN documentary series. And it's really good.
Yeah, really good.
I've got plenty of problems with ESPN. Their Sports Center anchors are fucking annoying as shit. And they're just, pretentious and they're cutesy and they're inside jokes. And they're always talking about this Jay character. The morning guy's annoying, but whatever. The 30 for 30 series is excellent. And, one of the 30 for 30s that came up was a movie called The Two Escobars. And what happened was it was the Colombian national soccer team that were actually funded by Colombian cocaine, dealer, kingpin Pablo Escobar. Huh. Now, at the same time, their offensive guy, I forget his first name, but also his last name was Escobar. Hence the name, The Two Escobars.
I see.
So because for years and years and years, Colombia did not have an adequate national soccer team. Pablo Escobar puts a lot of cocaine money behind it, starts recruiting players, maybe even starts buying players from other countries. All of a sudden, they're awesome. Same thing happened with this other Escobar guy. Well, this other Escobar was actually from Colombia, was a great player. He scores on his own goal, okay?
Oh, yeah, I know about this.
Right. And so what happens to this guy. Mm-hmm. He gets assassinated.
Yeah.
He gets fucking murdered.
Like decapitated and shit.
Yes. He got killed, most likely by drug dealers, by Pablo Escobar himself.
By the other Escobar.
Exactly. But, they weren't able to ever fucking tie that guy because it was such a gruesome goddamn crime scene. And so to say that, to let this English woman off the hook with, oh, keep your chin up and all that, it's just, I hate placation, but whatever. Let's move past that.
Okay.
So then Japan advanced. The women from America get in there. And my God, what a beatdown the U.S. women threw Japan. 4 goals in the first 16 minutes. That was it. Japan did pull within 2. They got it to 4-2 in the second half, but the Americans got pull away. They scored 1 extra goal, and that was it. 5-2, all she wrote. They're getting. They win the World Cup, first time since '99. They're getting their own parade, Shano.
Ticker tape, baby.
Ticker tape canyon of heroes, bros. These are heroes who don't have dicks. If that's even possible. I never thought that was possible, Sean L.B.
Well, you know what? It's like a repeat of World War II. We took out Germany. We took out Japan. Boom. Let's give us a parade.
Okay, I'm glad you said it, and I didn't say it. Now, at least you were somewhat, believe it or not, Sean O'Barry, you were somewhat classy about it.
Oh.
I instead saw plenty of social media after the 4th goal in the first, again, 16 minutes. We're always used to these games being, 0-0, as the English announcers like to call it. It's 0-0 at the half, and we'll see what happens in the second half on the pitch. But we're used to low-scoring events, and this was perfectly American. 4 goals in the first fucking 4 minutes. The fourth being from 57 yards, from basically being on the 50-yard line of an American football field. You know, that's the equivalent of a goddamn Hail Mary. The chick, it was a video game goddamn goal. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. So after that fourth goal, I'm checking the social media. I just said, you know, I took the social media myself, and I said, look, this thing is, it's done. It was about 7:15 or 8:30, or no, it was like 8:15. I said, it's over, it's done. Now I just have to smoke it, pill it, pop it, drink it, smoke it, blunt it, shoot it, fucking snort it, and get ready for True Detective on HBO, because all this took place on Sunday night. And I'm hugely into True Detective this year.
Oh, don't ruin it for me. I haven't seen it yet.
I'm not. And some people are down on it. Not the Dave man. The crazier, the wackier, the better. We'll fucking love it.
Yeah.
It's different. It's more, people are pointing out it's David Lynchian. It's Twin Peaks-ish. That's fine. I fucking love Twin Peaks. Bring it on. So the wackier, the better. Vince Vaughn is absolutely terrific. The other guy, the Irish guy, Colin Farrell's fantastic. It's wonderful. I love it. But anyway, so I did check the social media though after the fourth goal, and I swear to God, Shawno, what you said was nice. You just said World War II. I saw people saying it's like goddamn August 1945 all over again, alluding to the Hiroshima bomb.
Oh my God.
Which I do have to point out to people was an actual event that killed like 150,000 people.
Yeah, like innocent people. It wasn't like a military base. They attacked a fucking city.
Yeah.
We attacked a fucking city.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We did. And again, I'm not, and I'm not Mr. Political. I'm not going to get on a soapbox. I mean,
Right.
people could play, well, maybe by dropping the bomb, we didn't have to invade and more people, actually, millions of people would die. But still, 150,000 people did die in Hiroshima, right?
Nice
And
little
so,
Japanese people.
and nice, kind people. These same kind of people that give us Sony products and the Walkman from the 1980s.
Sushi.
Nintendo. We can go on and on of what they've contributed to the goddamn pop culture. They're fantastic.
They are.
And don't forget the 80s classic, the song Turning Japanese. We wouldn't have even gotten that if it wasn't for Japan, bros. So lay off. And then I just see one guy say, yeah, we reduced them to rubble. And he actually had a picture of the post-Hiroshima.
Oh, my God.
With like dead body parts and buildings that were blown up. And I'm like, you're not even making a pun about soccer.
No.
So,
shitting on a nation.
And those are the ones that I can say on the Davey Mac Sports Program. Plenty of just flat out racial things and zippers. There were something about zipper heads. I don't even want to say because I don't understand it.
Thing.
Yeah, I didn't even understand half of the racism out there. But it's just bizarre the way people can take something nice, like an American team getting out to a 4-goal lead after the 16th minute, and kind of shit on a little bit. But I am excited that they got their own Canyon of Heroes parade. Now,
yeah, that's awesome.
Being that it's the women's soccer team, I do expect at least 20% of them to just start making out with each other while they're going down the boulevard there.
I see what you're getting at. They're lesbians because they're
20% or so, I would say, Sean LB.
Right,
This is a Davey Mac. This is an unofficial Davey Mac poll, but just judging by haircuts, demeanor, posture. I'm a big one about posture. If you're too upright, probably you like kissing other chicks. And by the way, as they say on Seinfeld, nothing wrong with that. In fact,
wrong with that.
It's quite hot. It's quite hot. So that's all I'm saying. Why not just turn around, start making out, make it into like a fucking crazy shock jock show from the 90s?
They should wear those volleyball shorts when they play. That would make.
I love that. Those out. You mean the whole thong? The whole beach
thing.
volleyball thong?
Yeah, exactly.
I like what you're thinking there.
Everyone
now
would be
that
watching women's soccer.
Some would say what you just said is sexist.
Why?
Well, because you're not asking them to wear soccer outfits. You're asking them to wear beach volleyball thongs.
Well, it would be like helpful for them to run around. It's less clothing, less wind resistance. They can run faster. Think about it.
But they're not playing on sand. What about that aspect of it?
Well, they'd still be wearing cleats, so.
Yeah. that would be actually a weird kind of look.
I'm into that. That's nice.
Shin guards.
Yeah.
It's like S&M, but then also like a little bit like Game of Thrones. It's like there's a little bit of cosplay involved. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Maybe a little Khaleesi action.
Sure, she should probably get out there. She could probably be on the team.
Yeah, I know. I don't believe Khaleesi. I'm not talking about the actress. I'm talking about the actual queen. I think she likes chicks too. You're right.
I think she goes both ways. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know what? Ultimately, though, congratulations to the women of America. It's fantastic. I'm very excited for him, Sean O'Barry.
Me too.
You know, it's enough. And they, as we said before, it's the first time since '99, so that's 16 years. The Olympic, they had won Olympic gold medals, but they had not won the World Cup in 4 tries, I guess. So,
but didn't they make the finals last time against Japan? Like, wasn't this like a rematch kind of thing?
You know what? 50 points for you.
Yes.
But I'll tell you one thing: there's no one to take points away from. So I'm going to also have to take away at least 49 points.
All right, I get one.
Now, yeah, you're right. They played Japan in 2011, and they lost terribly. They were up 1-0. They let up a weak goal where Japan tied at 1-1. They retake the lead late in the game, 2-1, and then let a goal in with, again, a minute to go. It was like they were playing for England over there, and then lose it on penalty kicks. So just a very rough performance, and that's why it was nice to see. It was a little bit of a redemption game. I agree with you. Now, we have to talk about this because next Tuesday is the Major League Baseball All Star Game.
Ooh.
Yes, that's right. So next Wednesday, we'll have a little recap of what happened. Oh, Sean O'Barry, I'm watching the Yankees, and a beautiful play by Brian McCann, a strike, something you don't see as that much anymore. A strike him out, throw him out, but not throws out the runner who was on first base. He didn't throw the runner out at second. He throws behind him, and he quick snapped that throw right down to Teixeira, and Teixeira makes the tag on this fucking asshole, and it's an instant double play with CC Sabathia, with Captain Crunch Sabathia on the mound. And by the way, before I get too sidetracked, CC's fucking awful this year. His ERA is well above 5.5. I don't know what the hell is going on with him, but eat a steak, eat a hamburger, get fat again. You know?
I never put that together. CC really does stand for Captain Crunch, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it's like when he started losing weight, he actually said that he cut down as well on Captain Crunch, which was hysterical. He said he used to eat a box a day, easily.
It was like a box at a sitting. It wasn't even a day.
A box of sitting. And he has lost a little bit of weight, but it's kind of like your friend who's a big booze hound, and then he stops drinking. You're like, come on, Schmitty. Just have a couple shots real quick. Just a couple shots, Schmitty.
Just turns
no
into
big
a
fucking
bore.
deal.
Yeah.
He's like, but I'm a year and a half sober. I'm like, yeah, but you're a goddamn snooze fest, Schmitty. Take a couple shots so we can fucking put on a real world marathon. I got them all on DVD, bro. I got what season you want? You want Eric Neese season? Bam. I got it, Schmitty. You want fucking Dominic and Aaron season 2 LA?
That's my favorite.
Boom.
That's my favorite season.
I love that one, man. And Dominic goes back to Ireland, and they play the whole goddamn episode is basically soundtracked by the goddamn Pogues. Did you ever notice that? You hear Fairy Tale of New York in that episode. You hear White City from the Pogues in that episode. You hear Pogues wall to wall. Huh. Every time they're in Ireland. Oh yeah, go. I actually do own the first 4 or 5 seasons of Real World on DVD. By the way,
I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah. Actually, after tonight, I'm thinking I'm gonna fucking smoke it, pop it, and then after I watch Big Brother, I'm gonna watch that very special Dominic Goes Back to Ireland episode of Real World season 2. All right, you got a problem with that?
I remember waiting for John, the country singer, to like make it big and see him out there, but I guess he never did that.
John Brennan, do you remember how his song went? Because I can give you a little taste myself.
Go ahead.
Come in here in the county line, We don't start talking every night when the sun goes down. Yeah, get down, turn around, go to town and go to school. Remember that?
No. Nope.
Hey, get down, go to town, go to town and go scooting.
Are you sure that's his song?
Come in here on the county line. We both talking every night when the sun goes down. Yeah, my kids are never getting to bed tonight. I just realized. This was such a tactical mistake.
I have no idea how they get to bed any night. I can't imagine living in anywhere with you.
Psst, that's what the reefer's for, bro.
Chills you out.
That's what for Smoke Zone 1.0 is for, baby. Davey Mac just sits in the garage with his HD screen, puts on Empire Strikes Back, and chillaxes, dude.
Nice.
With his fucking Yoda dolls. So the All-Star game is this Tuesday. And we have a bunch of the All-Stars, and I'm not going to go through the entire roster, except to say that the Kansas City Royals, remember there was, I think we even brought it up before we left SkinnyMan 1.0, that the Kansas City Royals fan base made a goddamn mockery of this whole thing by voting online and just only voting Royals and making a mockery of this whole thing. They have 4 starters. Now, I can't entirely complain. The team is in first place. They're 15 games over 500 as we record this tonight, July 8th. They're 15 games over 500, and they went to the World Series last year. So, you know what? Okay. I can live with it. But their left fielder is the starting left fielder on the American League team, Alex Gordon. He's the guy who hit the big triple at the end of the World Series last year, and we thought, come on, you goddamn pussy, go for an inside the Parker. Make this fucking interesting. But he held up at third, and then the next guy goddamn popped out, and that was it. That was all she wrote for the Royals. Alex Gordon is hitting 262 with about 9 or 10 home runs, 30 RBIs, somewhere around there.
Not bad.
Not bad. That is not an all-star. That is mediocre at best, if not poor. That ain't no all-star. 262? If you're hitting 262, you better have fucking 25 home runs at the goddamn all-star break, my friend. You know, Teixeira's hitting about 258. He's got like 21 home runs.
It's not bad.
He made the all-star team. Teixeira made the all-star team because his power numbers are great. But if you're hitting 262, you can't have only 10 home runs. Alex Gordon has got no bit. Meanwhile, Brett Gardner is hitting close to 300, has probably the same amount, if not more, home runs for the Yankees, and he's left off. He's one of these guys, they do this every year now, Final 5. And they have 5 guys, and now the fans can vote in who the last guy is amongst 5 players, and Gardner is one of those Final 5. So I believe Yankee fans can do the hashtag vote Gardy. And you know what? Yeah, good. I'm going to fucking plug it on the DMSB. Hashtag that.
Yeah, I love Gardner.
Hashtag vote Gardy.
I love Brett Gardner.
Vote and then Gardy. Hashtag vote Gardy. Get him into the goddamn All-Star game. He belongs to be there instead of Alex Gordon. You can't put Alex Gordon ahead of Gardner.
He's done nothing but improve as well since he joined the Yankees. He was such a pain in the ass the first year or two, but he's been fucking gangbusters since
a
past 3 years.
Slow, gradual improvement to being an all-star caliber player. His glove has improved. He's always had blinding speed. This year, if you've noticed, his arms improved. Because let's be honest, for the first 5-6 years of his career, he had a very little. Okay, I'm looking at Gardner's stats right now. And by the way, the Yes Network has hashtag vote Gardy. He's hitting 296, 9 home runs, 39 RBIs. Wow. Keep one thing in mind. He's hitting, and by the way, as I say this, he just gets a fucking leadoff hit. So there you go.
He's lefty too, right?
So now his average is like around 298. And
he's a lefty?
He's a lefty, yeah. And by the way, those are numbers from keep this in mind, the leadoff position, because Ellsbury's been hurt. It's been either the 1 or 2 slot for Gardner, but Ellsbury's been hurt for a month and a half, and Gardner's had to be the leadoff hitter. So Gardner's done an incredible job at that spot. Those are great numbers for your leadoff hitter, which you don't expect huge power numbers. And you're projected at, close to 20 home runs and 85 or so RBIs, around 300 with some stolen bases. Yeah, you're playing well. And like I was saying before, he's improved his arm. So, you know what? Gardner, he's throwing people out at second base this year. Come on, man. Vote and they left A-Rod off, by the way, who's hitting 280 with 16 homers and 47 RBIs. And before you go, well, those aren't... If you compare him to the other designated hitters in the American League, he is in the top 3 in 5 different offensive categories. No DH can say that. A-Rod should be there. Now, I know he fucking cheated. He's probably shooting steroids into his dick as we speak. Yeah. But, you know, oh, God, I hear my daughter's fucking bedroom door open. Hold on. I knew this would get awkward. What's up, Jules? What? You want to say hi to Sean real quick?
Oh, God.
Just real quick.
All right.
Come on, quickly, honey. Quickly. Hustle up. This is a sports show. We got to hustle this up. Go say hi to Sharno. Speaking in the microphone.
Hi, Juliana. Hi.
Go ahead. Speak nice and loud. Say hi, Sharno. How are you?
Hi, Shano. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking. How are you? She can't hear me, though, can she?
Oh, you're right, because I have the headphones on. She can't
you got to translate.
Yes, I can hear.
You can hear?
Yes, I can.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I have one earpiece off, Sean, so she probably can't hear you coming out.
She's got that little kid hearing. They can hear it all.
Yeah. What's your favorite sport, by the way, Jules?
Football.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. See, you learn something every day, because I was thinking just coming off of the Girls' World Cup, you'd be all about the soccer. But actually, you're a football fan.
Yes.
Nice and loud for us. Who's your favorite player?
I have no idea, really.
Well, who's your favorite team?
I have no idea, really.
Oh, my God. You're a gosh darn Giants fan.
Yeah, you're a
That's
terrible
what you
father.
are.
Yes, I'm kidding.
Take a look. Yeah. You're a Giants fan.
Yes.
All right? Your favorite player is either Eli Manning or on Throwback Thursdays, it's Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
All right? So say that to Sean L. Barry. Say my favorite players are Eli, or on Throwback Thursday, it's LT. Go ahead. Say that.
I have no idea.
We'll say it's either Eli or LT. Just say that into the microphone, nice and loud for everyone.
Oh, you want me to say that?
Yeah. Just so you're on the record forever. And then Sean L. can isolate this, and I can have this audio forever.
Yeah.
And I could hang it over your head and blackmail you with it. Go ahead. Nice and loud. Eli's my favorite player, and so is Lawrence Taylor. Go ahead. Nice and loud.
Eli's my favorite player, and so is Lawrence Taylor.
Okay, thank you. And that's Juliana Mac.
All right.
Julie Mac.
Back to bed.
Now go to potty and go back to bed, please. Because I had to change my language and say gosh darn.
Yeah.
The only reason why is because, yes, believe it or not, I actually mind my P's and Q's sometimes.
Not me.
No? You let things fly? You let the language fly?
Oh, absolutely. I can't help it. But I call my kids knuckleheads. That's my go-to. Stop being a knucklehead.
I like that. Yeah. I'm gonna incorporate that.
Please do.
I only curse when Daddy's really genuinely mad, and I channel my inner De Niro from Goodfellas, and they see just an absolute intensity, an anger, a furosity in the eyes, and then I let out maybe like a, "Don't fuck with me, okay? Don't fuck with me, not tonight." You know, and that happens, but that happens very, very rarely, Shawno, on the record. Off the record, come talk to me, and I'll talk to you. No, I'm actually usually pretty
hang on,
good.
wait, can we go back to this De Niro channeling? Because I do the same thing to my kids, where I'm like, I get the De Niro face, I'm like, really? Yeah? Is that what you're telling me right now? You telling me this right now? Yeah. I guess it might be more of a visual. But.
No, that's good. For fans at home who are just simply listening, no. He's doing the famous De Niro squint. Like, no. You insult him a little bit, you got a little out of yourself. Not a Billy. You insult him a little bit, you got a little out of yourself, Billy. And how did it take them so long to piece together? Hey, the last time Billy Batts was having drinks, he was having drinks with De Niro, Pesci, and Ray Liotta at the
Jimmy's bar. Yeah.
Gee whiz, I wonder who killed him. Ray Liotta, De Niro, and Pesci, that's who. So A-Rod, no All-Star team. You know, my little diatribe about Alex Gordon, he made the All-Star team. They have to fix the All-Star voting because we can't have a guy hitting 262 making the All-Star team. It's just not right. It's not fair. It's stupid. Now, Shawno,
What?
over the July 4th weekend as well, the Giants, Jason Pierre-Paul, Juliana Mac's third favorite player.
This fucking guy.
Blew up his goddamn hand, lighting fireworks off. That rocket scientist.
Well, hang on.
You're a multi-million dollars
on
the precipice of making perhaps a $60 million contract for $15 a year for 4 years.
Okay, that's what it was. I saw you sent in the email, $15 million a year or some shit, and then I saw everyone on Facebook saying he lost a $60 million contract, so I was confused what that meant.
Well, I think they could have gotten him guaranteed for this year for $15 million, and then perhaps he had like an option or was trying to get it to be extended for a 4-year contract, which obviously, 15 a year. If he got it to that 4-year deal, then would put it at 60 mil. But in any event, he's killing me because we are a Giants household, and you're a multi-million dollar heir now. Let alone you're an impending multi-millionaire many times over. Pay someone. Shit, I'll put a firecracker in my dick hole for $30 and light it off.
All right, good to know. Next time I see you.
Next Independence Day, Shawno Barry. If you want the Dave Man,
I'm coming to your house with $30 and a firecracker.
Yeah, you want the Dave Man, or if you want me to entertain your kids, but that's then $30 plus gas and tolls. Okay, so it's going to amount to like around $45, I think, driving up to Long Island. All right,
I'll give you $100.
$100?
Yeah.
I ain't waiting until July 4th. I'll be there this Saturday.
This is like another. What's his name? Plexico Burris. What was his dumbass that shot himself?
Yep. Plax was another Giant. And the Giants, have, they've acquired, along with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the San Francisco 49ers, this bizarre reputation of being the classy organizations. But these little things start to happen. And yes, blowing up your own hand with fireworks or shooting your own ass with a gun in a club are much better than punching a woman in the face, rape, sexual assault, all that other stuff. But still, the Giants can't puff off their chests forever as we're the classy organization when knuckleheads, to use Sean O'Barry's term, are fucking lighting M80s and not getting out of the way, for crying out loud.
Oh my God.
You gotta make the fuse on that thing like, a solid yard long, by the way, if you're gonna light your own homemade fireworks.
I'm a decent drummer. I'm not even a professional at this point, and I don't even come near a firecracker for fear of damaging my nerves or my fingers or some shit where I have the drum with a fucking drumstick in my teeth or in my asshole or something like that. Forget it.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you.
Crazy.
I don't use my hands for dick. I mean, actually, no, that's the one thing I do use it for.
For your dick.
I pull it. Yeah, I pull that chubby. I pull it. I pull it. It just stays a chubby, though, Sean. It never gets hard, Dad. Yeah. It never gets hard. See, the cool thing that is about the headphones with the kids, once they're in their bedrooms, they can't hear what we're talking about. So when I just say it never gets hard, I could be talking about anything. I could be talking about life. I could be saying life never gets hard, children. Now go back to bed, for Christ's sakes. See? They have no idea what he's talking about.
Beautiful.
Hey, hell, I'm thinking about making this SkinnyMan 2.0. My God.
Your house?
Yeah. I just sit here in my goddamn Umbros, my Pepper Stanley Umbros all fucking day. It's beautiful, bro.
I wonder how Pepper's doing. Hope he's okay.
He told me to tell you he's at physical therapy.
Oh.
But he'll be here next Wednesday.
That's interesting. He has my number, but that's...
What are the odds?
That he told you to tell me.
Yeah. What are the odds? Or how about this? What's the percentage? What, 0.4%?
I think he'll be back just out of guilt. But we got to do a test because I've never done more than just you on Skype. I have no idea how 3 people work.
True.
On this.
That's true. All right. Well, I'm all up for a test. By the way, speaking about classless professional football organizations, the Philadelphia Eagles and their former quarterback Donovan McNabb McNabb busted for a DUI. I don't want to judge anyone because shit happens, but it is his second DUI in less than 2 years, both in the same state of Arizona. And when you do that, a second DUI offense in Arizona comes with a minimum of 90 days in jail.
Ooh.
So McNabb could be looking at 3 months. I don't know what the fuck happened to him.
I don't get the celebrity, anyone who's got any kind of paycheck coming through, that you make a decent living, why you wouldn't have a fucking driver or a taxi or an Uber? Why do you got to drive your own car? You want to get fucked up, go right ahead, man. But it's so easy to get a ride. What's the big deal? Get a limo.
I agree.
Get a fucking big bus.
I totally agree with you. I'm very perplexed as to people with all this cash, why you wouldn't be hiring. My God, if I made $15-16 million a year, I wouldn't brush my own teeth. I wouldn't drink my own. I would hire someone to hold a glass of water, hire another guy to open my mouth, and then hire a third guy to pour the water in my fucking mouth. I wouldn't do anything. Nothing. I'd hire a guy to comb my hair in the morning. I'd hire it all. It would be like a futuristic, I would just have slaves all over the place. Paid slaves.
Paid slaves, yeah. Like
all
servants.
ethnicities. I don't want to get in trouble here.
Yeah.
In fact, I would make it a point of pride to hire everyone from every single type of ethnicity that can be found on the planet Earth, and maybe even a couple that aren't found. Maybe I'll even find a couple aliens to make as my slaves as well. But I agree with you. I wouldn't do shit.
Yeah.
I certainly would pay. Dude, he's going out to a bar. He clearly wants to drink. I ain't judging. But you can afford, what is it got to be, a $15 cab ride in Arizona?
Seriously.
I mean, what are we talking here? By the way, CeCe's getting shelled. It's at least 1-0. It's 2-0. First and third. 1 out. Oakland A's are beating the Yankees, beating Captain Crunch Sabathia to a pulp. It's embarrassing, man. Retire. And by the way, I love CC. I've always been a fan. He is a guy who's classy. I always found him to be a personable, amiable chap. But you know what, CC? I mean, you're looking really poor this year. And this is coming off of a bad season, and you're looking even shittier this year.
Yeah, he just shit last year. You're right.
Maybe after a certain point, you say, hey, man, I've thrown all the pitches I can throw. I don't think I can do it anymore. You know? And by the way, and you know what? If you do that move, guess what? Yankee fans applaud you for the rest of your life. Why? You were part of that crew that Teixeira, CC, and the third guy, which oddly was AJ Burnett.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, those guys were the guys who came over in 2009 and got him an instant championship in the new stadium.
Yeah.
The opening of the new stadium, in fact. The year 2009 was the first year of the new Yankee Stadium. They decided, listen, we got to put a good product on the field. We'll get CC, we'll get Teixeira, we'll get Burnett. And speaking of which, Burnett actually made the All-Star team for the Pirates. And I think it's something crazy, like it's the first All-Star team he's ever made.
Well, AJ Burnett was fantastic on the fucking Blue Jays, right? And then
he was good on the Blue Jays, and he was
came
good on
over
the
to
Marlins.
Yankees. He was good for 1 year, and then he was dog shit for like what, 2 more, 3 more? How long did they keep him around for? I don't even know.
I think at least 3 or 4, but he was good in 2009. He was good. People forget that the entire postseason, the Yankees went with only 3 starters. They went with CC, they went with Burnett, and they went with Pettit. And that was it.
Right.
You know, they didn't have a 4th starter. So, you know, listen, you advance and win through 2 American League playoff series and then win the World Series. That's 3 series. You're a huge part of that deal. And Burnett deserves credit. And again, if CC doesn't have it anymore, he doesn't have it anymore. I'll never forget what he did in 2009. I'll always applaud him. He's welcome. You know, he might even be a borderline Hall of Famer. I got to really take a look at the stats. I'm not sure if his career would be long enough. But he had a hell of a career going back to when he was basically, he may have been destroyed, not by the Yankees, but by the Brewers, who traded for CC and pitched him when they had a chance to make the playoffs, and they did. Pitching CC basically it seemed like every other start, you know?
Yeah.
It seemed like they had 5 or 6 schmizbos who they would start, And then the other day, Tuesday, okay, Schmidt, you're starting. Wednesday, CeCe, you're in. Thursday, Wilson, you're starting. Friday, CeCe, you're back in. Saturday, Goldman, you're in. Sunday, CeCe, you're back in.
Yeah, well, CeCe's known for having that endurance. He can go, you can go past 100 pitches and then some.
The only problem is then these guys hit their early 30s, and for whatever reason, baseball still doesn't learn. They have them under contract for 6 or 7 more years. These guys are making bazillions of dollars, and if CeCe's bad now, he's got a good 4 or 5 years left on his contract.
Yeah.
I don't even want to see what CeCe will be like in 2020.
Ugh.
That'll be a horror show.
Yeah, really.
Like Davey Mac will be. You might as well have Davey Mac pitching out there for you. Jesus.
I don't think that would be that bad. Davey Mac, you got the arm. What do you got, 60 miles? 70?
I have a 71-mile-an-hour fastball, okay, pal? Before you mock me.
I got 98, but only one. I can only do one 98-mile-an-hour pitch, and then I can't. After that, it drops off.
I would be your classic Jesse Tarasco, your really shitty soft-throwing lefty who only comes in.
Wait, wasn't he a Met?
Yeah, a Met. Yeah, he was on the 86 Mets. I would be your
that's
classic.
how I know. 86 Mets, baby.
Yeah, I would be that classic guy who throws 42 miles an hour, but only faces a left-handed hitter who only hits heat, a la David Ortiz, who still can get around a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, but for some reason still can't hit an off-speed pitch. So literally, they could have me in there just basically throwing, a 40-mile-an-hour screwball to the guy. He'll swing and miss, and then you instantly take me out for the next hitter. That's it. One and done, baby.
Specialist.
I'm a specialist, dogsy. That's all I am. Did you see Marshawn Lynch? Remember months ago we did this story that Marshawn Lynch actually had a movie, Family First, the Marshawn Lynch story?
I remember. That was based on his own life? I thought it was just a weird...
No, yeah, that was based on his life.
Oh, it seemed like a weird, B porn,
It did.
Yeah.
It was really uncomfortable.
I agree.
It seemed like It seemed like an even shittier version of Any Given Sunday, is what it seemed like.
Yeah.
Like as if Any Given Sunday had exactly $3 and 6 Twizzlers for a budget.
Yeah, and a 16-year-old as a director.
Yeah. Yeah, not Oliver Stone, but his retarded cousin Buddy. Buddy Stone was the director. And we actually, I believe, in fact, you could go to YouTube, East Side Dave TV. I believe one of our Davey Mac Sports Program TV video snippets, Eric Z put together, was when we were discussing the Marshawn Lynch story. I believe.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right. We went back and forth from the movie to what we were talking about the movie, the clips we played. Yeah, you're right.
Our phenomenal Davey Mac Sports Program TV director, who's also taking the summer off, because it would be odd if Eric came into my house and I'm pantsless talking to you, Sean L. Barry, on Skype. That would be weird.
I'd be cool. He can come here.
I actually did invite him. He lives in Jersey. So I actually did say, you want to come into the smoke zone, Daddy? You welcome. But I go, I can't promise what's going to happen, especially after Sean O and I rap. I'll probably never let you leave, Dick. Which I probably wouldn't, I probably would, start, rolling and maybe open up a couple beers. And he'd be like, okay, Dave, I have to work tomorrow. He'd be like, you ain't going nowhere, pussy.
Me too, dog.
I gotta get up at 4 in the morning for 95.9 The Rat, asshole. What do you gotta do? I know, but Dave, you go into work still drunk. So what? That's what morning radio is for, baby. 95.9 The Rat. Listen to us in the Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania area, WRAT.com. Yeah, Dave and Carl, or Carl and Dave, really, is the actual way to say it, are dominating, by the way, Sean L. Barry.
What
Jersey
about Gotts?
And Gotts. Gotts is there Wednesdays and Fridays. So today's Wednesday, so yes, I'll give Gotts a shout out.
There you go.
Carl and Dave and the Gotts Man, weekdays at 6 a.m., 95.9 The Rat. So Marshawn Lynch actually looked at the footage. The footage that, by the way, we all saw on the trailer. The the epic, whatever, 6-8 minute long trailer. Who puts out a trailer, by the way, that's 8 minutes long?
It's someone who's got a 9-minute movie and nothing to do with it.
So anyway, he's saying he checked out the footage. Dude, you know you're lying, Marshawn Lynch. You saw the footage. You were proud of it. You even put together a 6-minute trailer. But anyway, he says after he sees the footage, he said, quote, "The guy did a terrible job, and the film will never be released," close quote. I liked how he called him the guy rather than the director,
right,
the editor, the producer. The guy did a terrible job. The film will never be released. Damn it, Marshawn.
Well, this is the same guy. This is the same guy that doesn't do press conferences too well, right? So
yeah,
probably
that's the same Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Yeah.
He copyrighted that thing.
The guy.
I like how he said the guy won't be. But Marshawn, stop lying. First of all, you know you saw all the footage. Secondly, this has cult classic written. This has Star Wars Holiday Spectacular all over it. Are you familiar with the infamous Star Wars holiday special, Sean O'Barry?
I know of it. I know you've spoken of it. There's like there's like a broadcast live, like a live.
It was just a TV show. It was a year after Star Wars. I guess it was December of '78.
Right.
So Star Wars came out in May of '77. So like a year and a half later, December of '78, because it was still running strong, they put together, and it's just batshit insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
B. Arthur is a space bartender who does like some song from the 30s, and you're like, what the hell? But the real thing about it, which is why it's so awful, is the first 15 minutes of it are an entire family of Wookiees. So look, you don't hear any English. You just hear and there's like a grandpa Wookiee, which is who looked
gray?
like he had been like in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Was he gray?
He was very like weird looking and like.
Did he have
and then
gray?
like he have a female
Did he have gray Wookiee hair? Was he gray?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Weird.
And then you had like a little fat. Like I actually pictured him like a fat, like precocious braggart. Sort of like the villain in Pee-wee's Big Adventure for a son. Only imagine like Francis Buxton from Big Adventure. Imagine that as a Wookiee. He seemed like a little bratty of an asshole, of a Wookiee asshole. He was just, and he was like, hey, calm down. We'll get you all the Christmas gifts that you want. And by the way, so now we're saying that Wookiees even believe in Jesus. So I mean, what the shit are we talking about here? What is this?
It's a weird crossover. Holy shit.
Yeah, the whole thing made no sense from start to finish. And by the way, the Yankees just tied it up 2-2.
Fuck yeah, they did. That's what they do, dude.
On a Didi Gregorius double. He was then thrown out at third, but still, at least he knocked in 2 runs. Oh, he knocked in 1 run, excuse me. So the Yankees trail the A's 2-1 here. By the way, next week I've decided I'm going to probably have beers if the Yankees are playing live. I feel like that's the way to go. I feel like maybe next week we just call the goddamn Yankee game.
Well, it's not supposed to be disseminated.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. And by the way, that would be impossible because no one would be able to watch it. So you know what? That was a crazy ass idea. That was worse than the Star Wars special right there. Yeah. And CC was safe. Review this, Sean O'Barry. They need to review it. CC was actually safe. That's a big time. Call there too, because that would be not CC, Didi. He would be at third with 1 out, so he could score with a sacrifice fly. And Joe Girardi is not going to review. What are you doing, Joe? I know it's only the second inning, dude. You gotta take runs when you can get them. That's a horrible. That's a bad managerial move on his position. Again, I know it's early in the game, but you have a guy on third there now with 1 out, as opposed to no one on with 2 outs. Sean O.B. Now, have you heard about this, Sean O.B.?
What's that?
This asshole, his name is Matt Bonner. He's a 3-point specialist. I don't want to come down too hard on him. He's a fellow redhead like myself. But he's blaming the iPhone 6 for shooting poorly. His career average, he's a 3-point shooter for the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay.
His career average is around 41%, which is good for a 3-ball guy. And yet this year he made less than 37%. He's blaming the iPhone 6 because he's saying it was too big and he had to strain to use it. He said you had to stretch to hit the buttons. And I think that's how I ended up hurting my elbow.
Wait a second. So this guy's using anything. I don't care if it's a fucking shovel or, I don't know, a rake.
Right.
Or a remote control. And he's going to sue Apple because he didn't get the percentage because he stretched his fucking shitty fingers out too far.
Well, I don't know if he's suing, although
he should.
I think if he does sue, he should, and then give us, since you just came up with the idea, give the hashtag DMSP at least, I think a fair number is at least 85% of what you make on that lawsuit.
28%, but 85, that would work
85
out
is
better.
what I'm looking at, and he keeps the other 15%. Apple's got big fucking pockets, baby, like my dick.
But no, that's absolutely crazy. You're a fucking lunatic. You're going to blame the iPhone. You chose to buy the iPhone. You chose to use it. You use it to the point where your fucking fingers got hurt. Really? Who hurts their fingers using a fucking phone?
I don't know.
You're a professional
Yeah,
athlete, you shitbag.
That's what I was trying to figure out. What kind of apps do you have, Bonner?
Yeah, what is he playing?
Do you have, I think the apps that he has are pussy.com and jerkface.org.
Yeah, the apps he has is, why don't you spend more time practicing and less time on your fucking iPhone, and then maybe your shots won't fall off, stupid.
There you go. Maybe a little less Angry Birds and more 3 balls between games, and maybe that percentage goes up, jerk.
Yeah,
and by the way, Matt
dick.
Bonner, I'd like to also point out...
Boner. Let's call him Boner.
All right, Matt Boner. We redheads get made fun of enough, and you have this type of ridiculousness that you need to add to the puzzle that you, a redhead gentleman, were hurt by playing with an iPhone 6 because it's too big.
You're the only one, dude. You're the only one. You're a dick.
You are a dick. All right, well, how much time do we have, Sean O'P? Is that it?
That'll do it, baby.
That's it. Boy, that was fortuitous of me to ask how much time do we have. I called it. Well, I think that was a success. I won't know until it's all downloaded, but I mean, I think that was a success, Sean LB.
So far, so good. Let's not jinx it now.
Not going to jinx it. I'm going to knock on wood. Here's the wood. You hear me knocking on the wood. That's the wood. Next week, expect Pepper, although I put the percentage at 0.0001%, that he'll join the show, but he texts me. He'll be in next Wednesday, along with Sean O'Barry.
Yep.
Eastside Davey Mac for the Davey Mac Sports Program. Good night, everybody.
We did it again.